Good morning, my neighbours!
Ladies and gents and everything in between, welcome, welcome. Pull up your breakfast bar stool or your bar stool. No judgment here. Pour yourself a coffee, grab a couple of beers or a bottle of wine. Roll yourself a bifter, whatever it is that you need to medicate your way through the insanity of the modern world and indeed the formerly Great Britain. Join me now as I try to make sense of the senseless and indeed make light of the darkness. It's time for an alternative paper review.
Prince Andrew's a nonce burger.
First up to the Daily Mail this morning. Is this the end for our copper coins, they ask? This is the story that the Royal Mint have no new orders at all, zero, for new pennies and 2p coins next year. Why is this happening? Well, times change. All good things and all that. You might have seen old posters of old sweetie shops or concert tickets from the turn of the last century where they had prices like 1D or 2 shillings. Gradually, as time moves on and things become more expensive, the lower value bits of your currency are sort of retired, aren't they? You get fewer guineas, more pennies. Fewer pennies, now we move to pounds. Less copper, more silver, and, it's accelerated by the cost of living crisis, which continues to ravage your wages like a drunk lion after a baby giraffe has gone, "Oi, you see that kitten over there? He's been talking shit about you." And if you want a working example, consider olive oil. Cast your mind back to the late 1980s when you could buy a big bottle of olive oil for 90 of those copper 1p coins. Yeah. Now spool forward to today. It's difficult to argue for the continuation, the necessity of copper coins when one bottle of olive oil costs you £157. Anyway, yes, pretty much par for the course, really. But I am enjoying the Mail's concern over our copper coins. Our copper coins. Is this the end of our copper coins? Your copper coins? The are you talking about? You're based in Bermuda. You deal in dollars. I'm serious, by the way. Go and look it up. The Daily Mail's parent company, where all of the profits go, is based in Bermuda, so they don't pay any tax in the UK. Oh, yes, and yes, their owner, Lord Rothermere, he's a non-dom. He's rumoured to be based in France. Still, we can't blame them for trying, can we? This is a paper who are so stuck in the past, they were actively campaigning to bring back imperial measurements. They anger-wank over nostalgia so vociferously. The only reason they haven't campaigned to reinstate the rotting corpse of Margaret Thatcher as Prime Minister is time. That's all it is. Only time. It's just a matter of time until they do that. Over to the Sun now. Strictly SOS to DIY Nick. Yeah, it's a bid to repair the show. Strictly SOS to DIY Nick. Sometimes I wonder if the editors of the Sun ever pause for thought. Do they ever stop to consider if the exclusive that they've managed to get, and do they ever stop and go, maybe there's a reason that the rest of Fleet Street aren't putting this on the front pages of their newspapers? Is there a reason? Finally, to the Telegraph this morning. Tom Tugendhat says, "I'm ready to leave the ECHR." Oh, God. So there are no sensible people in the Conservative Party anymore. If even Tom Tugendhat is like, "Yes, I'm ready to leave the European Court of Human Rights." It's just the whole party has gone way down the rabbit. In fact, do you know what? That's not even fair to rabbits. Even rabbits would look down that hole and go, "I'm not fucking going down there. Have you seen the shit they're saying?" Now, for those of you who are perhaps less familiar, Tom Tugendhat first came to prominence in Boris Johnson's premiership as a moderate voice of reason against the backdrop of frothing Brexiters like Mark Francois and Desmond Swain. He was a Remainer. He wanted to deal with facts and stats. He pushed back against the witless, baseless, populist rhetoric of people like Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, etc. Now he's got another shot at the leadership. What is he doing? He's doing one of two things. Either he actually believes that we need to leave the ECHR, or he's trying to appeal to a broader range of views within the wider Conservative Party. He's either stupid or cynical. He's either finally drunk the Kool-Aid himself, or he's manipulating those who have. Now, I don't personally think he does believe that we need to leave the ECHR. I think he thinks he needs to say this stuff to win over the people from the Sewellian right of the Tories. And then he can add those to his centrist backers and, hey presto, he's got enough support to take the leadership, right? That is what I think is happening. But how sad is it that somebody of his intellect, somebody of his former integrity, is forced to dilute his own intelligence as a means to then getting support from the wider Conservative Party? Because what does that actually say about the average intelligence of the broader Conservative Party? Well, I'll tell you. It says, if I want to win the affections of this group of people, I'm going to have to tell them the fantasy fairy tales they all believe, rather than construct a leadership campaign around facts and reality and seek to educate people. Bring them. I'll just tell them the rubbish that they already believe, and hopefully they'll go, oh, he gets it. Because that is seemingly what it takes to win the support of a charmless, witless heap of crayon eaters. And that is what I want. Even if, in 6 months' time, in the Cartoon Club, I'm sat there staring into my pint glass while there's people like Desmond Swade and Mark Francois and Liz Truss over here and Suella Braverman over there going like, oh, I love you, Tom. Tom, you get it. You know, stare into my pint glass. I go, well, you know, at least I won. At least I am leader. At least I became king. Even if it is just king of these morons.